Have you ever felt like you were giving everything you had to a goal, only to have it completely fall apart? You put in the late nights, the early mornings, the sheer effort, and yet, the door to success slammed right in your face. It feels devastating, doesn't it? That moment when you look at the rubble of your plans and wonder if you should just give up. We've all been there. It could be a failed business, a missed promotion, or a huge personal disappointment. But what if I told you that the secret to a successful life isn't about avoiding failure, but about how you respond to it? Today, I'm going to share a simple, powerful story about two friends, a very old man, and a truly unforgettable lesson. Stay with me until the very end, because this story will change the way you look at every setback in your life. Our story begins in a quiet village nestled high in the mountains. In this village lived two young men, Rohan and Amit, who were the best of friends. Both were highly intelligent, focused, and ambitious. They had left their homes to study under the great sage Vimal, a scholar renowned across the entire country for his wisdom and his incredibly difficult training methods. Rohan was quick-witted, confident, and had a flawless track record of success. He finished every task perfectly and quickly. Amit, on the other hand, was diligent, thoughtful, and much slower. He often struggled and made mistakes, but he always returned to the task with quiet determination. One day, Sage Vimal gave them their final assignment, the culmination of their learning, a complex project that would determine their qualification. Rohan approached it with his usual confidence, certain of an easy win. Amit approached it with a quiet, focused resolve, ready for the struggle. For 6 long months, the two friends worked tirelessly. They poured their hearts and minds into the project. Finally, the day came to present their work. Rohan's presentation was immaculate. It was logical, well-structured, and delivered with charisma. Everyone, including the sage, was impressed. He walked away with a smile, already imagining the accolades. Amit's presentation, however, ran into trouble. Midway through, a crucial part of his logic broke down. He paused, his face turning pale. He tried to recover, but the flaw was too significant. The project crumbled right there in front of everyone. Sage Vimal simply looked at him, his expression unreadable, and said, "Amit, your work is incomplete. You have failed the final test." Rohan, who was watching from the side, felt a rush of pity and relief. Pity for his friend and relief that his own success was secure. Later that evening, the sage called both of them to his study. Rohan was expecting praise. Amit was expecting a final dismissal. Sage Vimal looked at Rohan and said, "Your work was magnificent, Rohan, but you failed the true test. You see, the final project was rigged to fail. I intentionally gave you a hidden, unfixable flaw in the foundation." Rohan was stunned. "But why, Master?" "Because," the sage replied, "life is designed that way. There will always be hidden flaws, external forces, or plain bad luck that causes your best efforts to collapse. The true test of a scholar, of a human being, is not the perfection of the work, but the reaction to its ruin." He turned to Amit. "Amit, your project failed, yes, but your reaction was perfect. You didn't lash out, you didn't blame the flaw, you simply kept trying to fix it until I called you away. You were focused on the solution, not the devastation. Rohan, you assumed your initial success was final and walked away satisfied, never questioning if something was wrong. You only saw victory, not the opportunity to learn from a hidden mistake." Sage Vimal then leaned forward and spoke the profound truth. The world is full of people who are quick to succeed, but break just as quickly when they fail. They never learn how to stay strong when life falls apart. This is the lesson I wanted to teach you both. Amit, you know that true strength isn't the absence of a broken pot. It's the willingness to pick up the pieces, understand why it broke, and begin shaping the clay again. The sage's words hung in the air, a silence more powerful than any speech. He then declared Amit the true scholar, for he possessed the most vital quality, resilience. Rohan, humbled and heartbroken, finally understood. His quick success had taught him nothing about perseverance. Amit's numerous small failures had forged in him the armor he needed for the big ones. The moral of this story is simple and profound. Many people see failure as the end, a sign to quit. But failure is just feedback. It's a moment in time, not a final identity. If you never experience the broken pot, you will never truly learn how to make it stronger next time. The most valuable lessons in life are written on the dusty pages of past mistakes. Never let a setback become a permanent stopping point. See it as the ultimate training ground for your inner strength. And that is the core truth of living a successful, meaningful life. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by a broken dream, remember the parable of the broken pot and the true scholar, Amit. If this story resonated with you and you found this life lesson helpful, then please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe. We believe in providing simple, powerful insights and stories that light up your path to a better life. So, make sure you don't miss any future videos from us. Thank you for watching, and remember to keep that inner strength shining, always. This is Brightening End, and we'll see you next time.